Wow, I got over 100 subscribers. That's pretty crazy. That's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. That's the fact that over 100 people have come together and said, you know what, this goober, I like this guy. I like what he's doing. Here's a subscribe. That means a lot. That really does. It's crazy. I didn't think I'd get this far. No every YouTuber says that. I know 100 really isn't that much, but I am absolutely. I am grateful for you guys. It really means a lot. So I'm gonna assume since you clicked on this video, you read the title, and you may be wondering to yourself, Mr. Sheepish, what do you mean by stereotypes? So you know how like when you see a Lakota or an ATV or a Barracuda, for example, you get a sense that whoever's driving those vehicles, you know, is either a noob or like low rebirth, that kind of thing. Or for example, you see an Overlord or an Apache Longbow, or a Super Hind. You see these things and you think, the driver of those vehicles is probably toxic. You know, and you think these things, and they may not even be true. Like, the Overlord, or the Longbow, or the Super Hind, they could just be trying out a new vehicle for once. They may not be toxic at all. They're just using a vehicle that's just got a general idea of it being a toxic vehicle. And the noobs, you know, you could be a high rebirth for driving a Barracuda for whatever reason. It's possible. So, that general ball of thought got me thinking. Yes, the ball of thought got me thinking. Okay, we're gonna continue with this. All right, we're gonna move past that. You know, if those vehicles have a stereotype associated with them, does every vehicle have a stereotype? And if they do, what is it? So it's kind of that what got inspired this video. And you know, I want to do something special for getting over 100 subs, and you know, this is kind of it. You know. I want this to become a series. I do want to do like every vehicle class, but today I'm just doing garage vehicles. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and get in the video and kind of keep the yap session for like later, like at the end of the video. So if you want to stick around for my yap session, then you know, feel free to. Ah, the good old ATV. Yeah, if you're using this, you're probably just a noob. I mean, I guess you could be using it to get from one base to another, but honestly, there's just so many better vehicles you can spawn for that and have the ability to defend yourself. So yeah, if you see yourself unironically using this, you're more than likely just starting the game. So, the Buggy is in a very, very similar spot to the ATV. You know, it has no weapons, it can be airdropped, but then again, all it does is, I'm pretty sure it holds oil barrels. It doesn't say it in the weapon utility option, but I'm pretty sure it can hold oil barrels, but it has no weapons, it has like no health, basically, and it's like open, so people can easily shoot you out of it, so there's just really no reason to be using this, especially when you have... the Humvee, specifically the TOW-II, because the original Humvee, you know, it got reworked, banished to Shadow Realm, never to be seen again, and it was replaced with this. In my opinion, I think it's way better. I'm just gonna say that. The guided missile and the lock, like, it is nice. Like, it teaches noobs about the guided missiles, teaches them about the lock-on through walls mechanic very early on, so they can kind of get a feel of what this game is like when you get to the higher levels. But yeah, chances are you're still a noob if you're using this. It's like a 75% chance. But I have seen very few, you know, like high rebirths using this, but you know, I have seen it, so it is a chance. You're just using it to kind of, you know, abuse that guided missile and make people underestimate you. Like, oh, just a Humvee, I probably got this, and then you end up cooking them because you're way better than they realize, or you just get cooked, you know, because let's be honest, it's just a Humvee. It really doesn't have that much HP or speed. if anyone has like an inkling of like idea of what they're doing, you're probably dead.
Appetizer.
Wait a minute! Who are you?
Yeah, another garage vehicle. It's just been completely outclassed by tanks or just better garage vehicles. See, the BTR-80 isn't bad on paper, you know. It's got the explosive machine gun, the normal machine gun, it's got the smoke, mobile armor, it can go in the water, it can even be airdropped, it's got decent health and okay speed. It's just been completely overshadowed by things like the BTR-80 Kliver, the BMD-4M, or even the Bradley. And the Bradley and the Kliver are not too difficult to get. I mean, so you're just not really likely to see this being airdropped too often. And it's also very unlikely to see someone spawn this in from the garage, because there are just better garage vehicles, or just tanks are also better. They even have those, so it's just really rare to see this, and just, yeah, it's not really used. The Gurkha. Yeah, if you're using this, you're 100% a noob, and you 100% have a death wish, because, you know, unless you have a teammate or someone to get on that gun, like, or even if you have a teammate or someone to get on that gun, you're still dead. This thing has no HP, it's really bad mobility. Yeah, it can carry oil barrels and part crates, but the Humvee can do that, and it's much better. So just nobody really uses this, like, at all. Speaking of vehicles no one ever uses, we have the Katyusha, but worse. Alright, moving on. So, we're getting into the part of the video to where now, if you're seen using these vehicles, you're not really considered a noob immediately, because they're a little bit higher tier. So long as you're using them correctly. For the Laser 3, there's only really one reason, maybe two, why I would see a higher rebirth player using these, and that's if you don't have a Terminator and someone's camping your base, or if you just want a cheaper alternative, because the Laser 3 is half the price of a Terminator. So if you want to like spawn it in, use spawn protection, and then respawn another one, get two for the price of, I guess, one Terminator, that could be a reason why you would use it. But if you're just spawning this in and like driving around the map or something, chances are you're probably just gonna die, because a tank's gonna come out of nowhere, it's gonna catch you lacking, or some kind of fighter jet or helicopter is gonna come after you, and yeah, you're just not really much you can do, and you're kind of just gonna die. Hey, Editing Sheepish here. To those of you who are wondering, yes, I did kill the Abrams X, so here's the clip of that, just for a little bonus treat for any of you who care. Enjoy. Guys, you don't understand. This boost was freaking amazing. So the VAVC Mephisto has also kind of been overshadowed by the BTR-80 Kliver. Like with the 4 wire-guided missiles, the Klivers can lock onto ground vehicles, the Mephistos can't. They're both going to be airdropped, they're both amphibious, they both cost 0 parts to spawn in. However, the Mephisto is cheaper in terms of medals. Like you can get this thing for free via daily rewards. Or you can buy it for roughly 90 medals in the trading server. The only way you're getting the BTR-80 Kliver is if you buy it for roughly 400 to 500 medals. So chances are, if you see somebody using this to defend their base from air vehicles, they probably aren't a noob, but they don't want to spend all the medals on a BTR-80 Kliver. But if you see someone just driving this around or trying to raid bases with it, yeah, they're probably newer to the game. Or they like just unlocked it and don't really understand what it is or how to use it correctly. So the BTR-80 Kliver is literally just the BTR-80 but better. Like it's got the same health, same speed, same weapons, except it has 4 guided missiles that can lock onto ground vehicles, and can one-tap air vehicles. So, like, if you have this, you are never going to be using the BTR-80. And if you're using the Kliver, chances are you're not spawning it into the garage and driving around. The chances are your vehicle, like whatever main vehicle you're using, got destroyed, and you spawn this in to kind of just have a good, decent DPS and kit to get you back to your base, or maybe get some kills on the way back there. Yeah. Man, the Boxer CRV. This is such a sad case, man, because like back in the day, this was actually good, like in its meta. Like it even used to be a Game Pass vehicle. But just in recent times, this thing has just been power crept all to hell, man. Like, and it's not even just that. Like, it's got issues like the coaxial machine gun not actually working. Like, you can see it. It's like on the side. Like, it's modeled, it just doesn't work for some reason. And it's like, when this first got announced that it was becoming like a limited, and it was like becoming, or like they're removing it from a Game Pass and making it limited, I was so excited. I grinded so quickly to get this, because it's like, man, this has never happened. I then quickly realized why. Because this thing really kind of fell off. Sure, they added APS and things like that to make it a little bit better, but that doesn't really help all that much. So if you're using this, you're probably just nostalgic on the good old days, like when this thing used to be dominant. You probably miss the old War Tycoon. So yeah, you're probably just a nostalgic person if you're using this. Speaking of nostalgia, here we got the M35 Gun Truck. Now this, you're really only using because you're nostalgic. You got this because you remember the old Vietnam shack thing that was on the top, and you could spawn this in for free, and drive it around. Just the old days of War Tycoon. You're probably getting really nostalgic. Now, something I want to gripe about. Why does it cost 3 parts? It doesn't have any smoke, it doesn't have any APS, it's got decent damage with the anti-air guns, but it can't aim low enough to hit any ground vehicles with it, so it doesn't really matter. You have things like the BTR-80 Kliver that can one-tap air vehicles. They're free. You have things like the Katyusha that can decimate tanks. It's free. TLDR, this thing should not be 3 parts. We're moving on. The Eitan AFV. Eitan? The AFV. This is pretty short. You want to use the Boxer CRV, but you also want a vehicle that's meta. That's about it. So, the LAV-AD is particularly hard for me to make a stereotype for. I've never owned it, I've never used it. On paper, it seems like it'd be better than the LAV-AD. Like, it's got the 25mm Gatling gun, it's got the free fire rockets, it's got the surface-to-air rockets. You know, it's got smoke, the mobile armory, all that, hoopla, can be airdropped. And it's more expensive than the LAV-AD, or, not LAV-AD, LAV-25. So I would assume it's better. It's just the only problem with it I have is the fact that every time I've seen this in game, I've never really struggled to kill it. So I don't know if that's just due to bad players or them not really understanding how it works either. I don't know. But I would assume you'd use this because of it's got some pretty good versatility. Or like you're airdropping it because your main vehicle got destroyed and you just want this. Yeah, that's all I've really got. Kind of comment down below a stereotype for it that you would think would be better, because I'm really stumped on this one specifically. So this is going to be the anti-air part of the video, because all anti-airs kind of have a similar stereotype, and it's just you hate air vehicles. But they all kind of have a little bit of difference, like for example the Pantsir S1. Like, if you're driving this around, you have more of a chance, because if like something like a Comanche comes along, you can at least fight back a little bit. But anything else comes along, like any ground vehicles, because let's be honest, you use an anti-air, you're going to get hunted down. This thing is going to die pretty quickly. So if you're using this, you probably just unlocked it, because this is like the earliest anti-air I believe you can unlock as a noob, because it's the first one I ever unlocked, and I used to use this thing all the time. But that was back when the anti-airs were kind of good, which now they've kind of fallen off, and all that balancing hoopla. But if you're using this driving around, chances are you're a noob, and it's like the first anti-air you've ever unlocked. So the Stryker C-UAS is actually one of my favorite anti-air vehicles, because it's got the 30 grenades, which do some heavy damage. It's got the 8 anti-air rockets, which can be free-fired for even more damage. It's got the coolest form of APS in the game, the laser defense system. And yes, I know it doesn't always work, but when it works, holy moly does it work. It is amazing. And if that's not enough, you even got smoke. So this thing's defense against missiles is absolutely amazing. It's fast. It's just really, really, really fun to use. And it's a lot better than getting a Patriot, for example, and just spamming rockets until it's dead. Like, this one is so much fun. And if you use this all the time, you probably know that. And you use it because of how fun it is.
You can't escape.
The Speedy Humvee. Yeah, this thing. Yeah, it's not that good. It really is not worth the money at all. Yeah, while it can go 150 miles per hour, while it can be airdropped, and I'm pretty sure it can even hold an oil barrel, if I'm not mistaken, it just is not that good. Like, it can go 150, but let's just be honest, you're never going to get to 150, or even if you do somehow manage to do that, it's not going to be too long before you flip over or crash into a rock, or something comes along and kills you, because this thing, while it says super fast and strong Humvee, funny enough, it's weaker than the base Humvee, and it's even weaker than the Humvee Hawkeye, which is tragic. So, yeah, W false advertisement from War Tycoon. That's amazing. Chances are, if you are using this, you paid for it, realized how bad it is, but are using it anyway because, you know, you spent real money on it, so you gotta get some kind of value out of it. Yeah, that's all I really got for this one. Hey, editing sheepish here. So this has absolutely nothing to do with the Speedy Humvee. I just thought about this when I mentioned the whole false advertisement thing. There was a game pass for the camo colorizer thing back in the day, but then they removed it and replaced it with the War Pass. See, now it's in the War Pass. So I'm just curious, what happened to the people who owned it previously? Like, I would hope they would keep it, or at least get reimbursed in some way. And the developers weren't just like, oh, you paid for the Game Pass? Oh, well, I don't know what to tell you. That's unfortunate. It's in the War Pass now, so if you're not going to pay monthly for it, get out of here. Scram. Like, I would really hope they wouldn't do that. But, like, I haven't heard anything about it. I haven't heard no one talking about it. So I have no idea. So if you know anything about it, you owned it previously, or whatever the case, please let me know, because I'm actually so curious as to what happened with that. Anyway, back to the video. So, speaking of reasons why the Speedy Humvee really isn't worth it, you have this, the JLTV. The JLTV is literally just the same price as the Speedy Humvee, but it is so much more. Hey, editing sheepish here. So I know I said the JLTV was the same price as the Speedy Humvee, and that's because I was going off of this little button here in the garage, which according to the button, you know, it says it's the same price as the Speedy Humvee, but, you know, if I go ahead and walk on it real quick, that's not the same price. That's a little more expensive. Yeah, so I don't know if that's just like a bug or like an error on the developer's end when putting this button in or what. But I just wanted to go ahead and make sure I clarified that before I posted this. So, yeah, with that out of the way, I'll let you get back to the video. Yeah, it's slower, but you get the chain gun, which has really good DPS. You get a machine gun, 2 javelins that can lock onto walls, that can see people and attack people from like a distance, or you can avoid them if you don't want to fight them. You get smoke. This thing can carry parts. It's even airdroppable. This thing's hitbox is also incredibly small, so if you're actually using your ability to its fullest extent and not crashing into rocks, which is very hard to do, so if you're actually doing that, you're probably really good. This thing is very dangerous. Only problem is, from what I can tell, this thing has some really shit handling. Like Bob Simple level, maybe a little bit better. I don't know. But that could be a big reason why I never really see this in game. But if you are actually doing good with this, and you're actually destroying people with it, you're probably like really, really good at the game, and understand what you're doing. Or you're on the other side of the coin, you bought this, expected to play the game for you, or you're just not good at using it, and quickly swapped off to something else. That something else most likely being...
I don't make mistakes. I'm not just like the rest of you. I'm stronger. I'm smarter. I'm better. I am better.
And that concludes today's video of vehicle stereotypes. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Like, I put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears in this one. Like, the editing, I went all in on it, because I want to really make this one special for you guys. 140 subscribers is what I'm at the moment for like, recording this audio, and that is absolutely insane. I cannot be more grateful for you guys. So I really hope you guys enjoy this one. I know that a lot of the vehicles I went over in today's video kind of had that if you use it, you're a noob kind of attribute on them, but let's be honest, the garage vehicle class in of itself is a noob category, so, you know, a lot of the lower tier vehicles are just gonna naturally have that noob status when you see it. But yeah, next time I do a vehicle stereotypes video, it's going to be on tanks. And tanks are a lot more versed, or a lot higher up, so it's a lot less of, if you use this, you're a noob vehicles. So I really hope you guys are excited for that one. I personally am, because I have so many ideas. But with them adding 2 new tanks, and tanks just being generally more diverse, you know, adding your own stereotype in the comments would be nice. Kind of help me, give me ideas or inspiration. And if I do end up using like one of your stereotypes, or you come up with something I think is like better than something I came up with, I will of course credit you at the end of the video. You know, because I don't want to take your ideas and be like, nope, I came up with this. You know, that's kind of not really cool. But don't worry, the whole style of just having music playing and not really any commentary in the video, that'll stick around. Don't worry, I'll definitely keep that around, because, man, that Zuber and that clip dump video, they're very, very popular apparently. So, I mean, you guys obviously like that too. So don't worry, I'll keep that. It's just now that the ice is broken and my voice has been kind of revealed, it's a lot easier for me to just be like, you know what? I want to record and talk about something now and just do it, you know? And that's just kind of something I've been wanting to do ever since I started this channel, and now I can start doing that, which is very exciting. And another thing is, I am eventually going to branch out. Like, I don't want to just be a War Tycoon YouTuber. I just happened to start on War Tycoon because it just happened to be a game I was playing a lot at the time, but, you know, I also play, like, a lot of Ultra Kill, or a lot of TDX, things like that I can make videos on, and I'm planning on it sometime in the future, just making videos on those. So yeah, I hope you guys stick with me for that journey, and I hope that I can make videos that are entertaining enough for you to watch games that you don't even play. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoy. With that being said, that is pretty much all I had to yap about, and I thank you guys for sitting through it if y'all are still here. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.